And yeah, so I wonder if it would be a good opportunity now for us just to drop in for a short moment into a synchronized practice. And there's so many things that we could do, and there's so many things the platform has the capacity to hold. And that's one of the things that we would be doing in a fully blown experience of the festival. You know, we would have some speakers, and as they transition, we would introduce some of our hosts that would be hosting events on the platform. And then at one point we would, you know, go silent on the main stage, because we would then give the space to all our hosts offering their different practices and teachings on the platform in a synchronized way. So I feel this is in a way kind of our opportunity to mimic that in our smaller way, you know, as a seedling. And what I was inspired to go with is actually just tune into the vision of a better world, you know, in our own perspectives, and just share, after we focus on that vision, in a few words perhaps, what we are, you know, inspired by the most, guided to. And I feel this would be a perfect lead into Teahna's next keynote, which is about the new paradigm. So how does everyone feel about that? Up for it? Okay, excellent. So let's do that. We'll be as, you know, intentional, as concise, as reasonable. And I also invite everyone who is viewing us right now live or tuning in afterwards to really join us in this moment. And there are many levels to that. And even from the conventional sense, you know, obviously knowing what your objectives and goals are is useful. And, you know, if we go to deeper layers of our being, into our soul level, obviously, well, you know, that gives us this whole sort of power of the universe that's guiding us towards the outcome that we actually know and can envision. And in our space here in the Global Unity Festival, well, that's one of the practices that we invite hosts to offer, a visualization practice. So that's like a little element of that. So all we'll do is, after just, you know, tuning into a moment, we'll go through several layers of our life and being, and complete with the world level. And then once we complete, you know, those who are watching us, I invite you to write in the comments what is the most perhaps powerful and inspiring vision or thought or symbol that you received in this little exercise. So as always, start with tuning into your breath. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, and breathe out any tension or thoughts that perhaps are unnecessary or undesirable. Breathe in one more time. And again, exhale any thoughts or feelings. And tune into your core. Tune into your heart. Into that space of your center, your calm. Get present to the moment that you're in. And tune into, if you can, your most heartfelt longing, your deepest heart's desire. Just tune into what that is that calls you throughout your life. That is there as a quiet whisper, guiding you from day to day. Allow that vision to be held in your mind's eye. And allow that to unfold into more vivid colors and sounds and smells, perhaps even. And see yourself in that best version of yourself, the most true version of yourself. Then expand that to include some of your closest and dearest friends, family members, team members, just people closest to you in your life. Expand that vision, imagining that future, which includes them. What would it be like if they also lived their highest versions of themselves? What would that look like and feel like? What would you be perhaps doing and creating together? And let's expand that further to your community, perhaps your city. Is it even possible? Can you even imagine what it would be like for, if not all, then at least many in your community or city to live the version of their best selves? Perhaps it's even unimaginable, but let yourself assume that it's possible. What would that look like? Let's allow ourselves to move even further in our mind's eye, in our longing, in our vision, to include our country, and if you can, perhaps even our whole world. Or if not all, then at least many or most living in alignment with their highest selves, the best versions of themselves. What would that world look like? Just linger in that for a moment. If you're able to hold that in your mind's eye, just allow whatever wants to come in your vision, and see the full color and the experience of it and the feeling of it. And allow just for a moment for it to be a possibility that can become a reality one day. If more of us see it, and if more of us believe in it. So take a deep breath. And slowly let that vision continue living its life and let go of it for now. And just give gratitude to all those teachers and guides that have guided you to this moment of your life. And all those who've given us an insight into what's possible in our future. Give thanks to all those near and dear ones in your life for being with you on this journey so far. And for what's possible on the journey ahead. And with a deep breath in, just feel your body back where you are right now in your place where you're being. Feel clothes on your body. You can move your arms and hands just to touch and feel where you are right now. And when you're ready, take a final deep breath in. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us on this journey, everyone watching us and with us here live. So if you feel inspired to share a little bit of what you saw, what you were inspired with, then feel free to do so. And I somehow saw these elements of technology as well, which which is letting us to connect right now, and that somehow being in some kind of next level where we can be even more interconnected. So I feel like this interconnectedness and the awareness of that is just such an integral part of a more harmonious world. So that's what, interestingly, was my biggest insight.
Wow. As you were sharing, I kind of got this flashed, and it's a belief that I've held for a long time, that if many or most or everyone in the world tuned into that place of love, and I guess the receiving mode, that it would really solve all these external problems that are just symptoms of people being out of alignment and in fear and stress and all that stuff. And I just kind of like saw that, like, the first image that came to mind was like this utopic eco villages and blah blah blah, and that's nice, and that's kind of a future manifestation. But then it quickly went to, like, right now, in cities, in everywhere, like, it exists, and we can see it, especially around the holidays, where people take that extra moment to, like, say hi and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year or whatever your thing is. And it's there's something special. Yeah. And then a song popped in that I had written before, and I'm happy to share now or later.
Amazing. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, anyone else would like to share?
Yes. Well, I'm very often in this big view, somehow circling there, and I had different levels of perception, and one that comes to my mind quite often is, looks like a lot of seedlings. It's like all people stepping into their purpose and living their why, and then it's like this new earth economy, this sacred economy, however we call it, is already there. It's just about to be recognized, and that we find each other. So it's beautiful to have these new platforms and new festivals and new, like, through tech, I think we can connect quicker because now we can find each other quicker. And at the same time, I see all these spaces of, I don't want to call it schools, like these spaces for children to just emerge and be themselves and stay themselves. and blossom into what they're meant to become and explore and everything. Yeah. And I feel there's so much already there. And it's really to encourage these projects and to encourage the visionaries to move forward and continue and find visions that we want to support, because it's so much already there. And the third part that is always very close to my heart, which I feel also what you shared, Shine, is when we connect back with love and with nature, like when humanity comes back into the cycle of life and is back with nature. I think this is a big part of this new way of how we will thrive and not first survive actually, and then thrive and have a new way of living together and creating together. And then then we can just exchange our talents, and it's joyful for all of us. Yeah. And everybody, like the adults and the children, like we all can be who we are, and no one has to hide or to move into, I don't know, a different role or put on a different mask. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Thank you for guiding us, Alex.
My pleasure.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So I'll do a quick sharing too. That was beautiful, Alex. That was a nice meditation. I feel like I only had one vision. It's as if the divine turned the faucet all the way up and we can't stop it now. So like I feel like in the last generation, it's like in the last, I don't know, years, 10 years, whatever, it's like we learn actually, you know, when you turn a hose on and it's kind of just sputtering out and you're like, oh, it's not all the way turned on. I had a feeling that it's on and it's just gonna go, and it's gonna run through people into their sovereignty, into their body, and you can't stop who you are. So welcome to the birthing of you. That's what I felt.
Welcome,
so, yeah.
everyone. Beautiful. Wow, so powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I feel this perhaps even directly links to Teahna's keynote.